Hello and welcome to IATI. This video will show you how to create a publisher account in the IATI Registry so that you can register IATI datasets that you have published. Creating an IATI publisher account is a two-step process. Firstly, you need to register as a user of the registry, and secondly, you create the publisher account. To get started, go to www.iatiregistry.org. In the menu at the top, select Register. Enter a username, then your full name, an email address, and then a password, which you'll then need to confirm in the following field. Once you're done, select Create Account. Your account will be created immediately, and you'll be logged straight into your registry account. Now that you have this account, you can begin the second stage and create a new publisher. On the menu bar at the top, hover over Publishers, and in the drop-down menu select Create a new publisher. Firstly, you need to enter a publisher ID. This should be a short identifier, perhaps one that is an abbreviation of your organisation name. If you're using AidStream to publish IATI, this piece of information will be used as the publisher ID in the AidStream account as well. Next, enter the organisation name, then the organisation's IATI identifier. If you need guidance on how to generate your own IATI identifier, then please see video number 22. In the following field, Source, select if your data is primary or secondary source. If you're publishing your own data, select Primary. If you are publishing data on the behalf of other organisations, select Secondary. Next, you should enter what kind of license your data is being published under. This is important as it shows users of your data what they are and aren't able to do with your information. For further guidance on licensing, you can visit the Guidance section of the IATI Standard website, www.iatistandard.org. The following field asks for your organisation type. Click on the drop-down and select the most appropriate organisation type. Then, select the country where the organisation is legally incorporated or registered. In the following field, you can add a URL to an image of your logo that can be used in the publisher account. The following section asks for information about your IATI data in general. It includes explanations of exclusions or thresholds that you may have placed on the data that you'll publish. If you've already completed an implementation schedule, a lot of this information will already be available here. The fields include contact, so there you might want to include an email address or telephone number for the publisher. Then a description which outlines the publishing organisation and its role. The following field lets you provide a link to an implementation schedule if you've created one. An implementation schedule is a document that outlines the organisation's commitments and roadmap for publication. More information on the implementation schedule can be found on the IATI Standard website in the Guidance section. In the next field, Organisations and Agencies Covered, enter the name of the organisations or agencies that data you are publishing covers, and what percentage of their development flows are covered in the data. The following field requires information on the timeliness of the data that you're publishing. This is regarding how soon data publication will happen after information is captured internally. The following drop-down field asks you to outline the frequency of the publication, or how often you will refresh and update your IATI data. Select this from the drop-down list. There is space for further comments as necessary in the following field. The Unit of Aid field allows you to describe what you will be reporting as an activity. Do you define your activities in a program and project structure, or projects and components? Outline this information here. In the segmentation section, explain whether your data is published in individual files for each country you work in, or whether it is all contained in one file. The next field, Data Definitions and References. In here, you should include any explanations of code lists or references that you use in your IATI data that may not be commonly understood by other organizations. Including URLs as well as written descriptions could be very useful here. The field Exclusions list lets you explain why you may not have used certain fields in your IATI reporting. List which fields and why. For example, perhaps they are not relevant to your organization's business model. Under the field Record Exclusions, explain any exclusions of data that may encompass a whole activity or parts of a particular activity. The reasons behind this might include things like security or the protection of commercial interest. Under Thresholds, make note of any thresholds you used while publishing. For example, some organizations only publish activities that are over $1,000 in value, or transactions that are over $500 in value. In the Other Constraints fields, you're given space to explain any organizational or policy circumstances that have put constraints on the data you can publish or how you can publish. In the Data Quality field, outline at what point you are publishing the data. Is this audited information, or has this come from separate operational systems? In the field User Interface, you can identify whether there will be an accessible front-end application through which users can access your data. Once you've entered all this information, click Create Publisher. This will take you to your dashboard. A message bar will appear at the top that says the publisher is pending administrator's approval. Once this has been approved, you will receive an email and you can start registering your data files. For further video guidance on how to publish to IATI, you can visit our YouTube channel, IATI Videos. Or for other documentation, please visit our website, www.iatistandard.org.